Hello, Brother Vendar here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. And we're kicking off with Nitaka again against the Chester. And this is perfect because it gives me a chance to show off something I've been working on in the mod. Namely, the invisible ships. I did see them, and there's a couple. You can see a couple of videos where the invisible ships occur where they really should be obvious to the player, like they're quite close, but you can't actually see them. The ships know they're there and can shoot at them, but you can't see them to target them or anything like that. Bit of an issue. It was definitely something to do with smoke screens, not entirely, but yeah, something to do with smoke screens. So, as you might have noticed, smoke screens are now disabled. Temporary fix. The version with the smoke screens is still available on the Nexus. So 1.2 has no smoke, and 1.1.1 does. So they're otherwise identical versions of the mod. I will try and fix it, but if just disabling smoke works, then I'll just do that. NAR also removes the smoke screens, so I think that was more for historical reasons, though. Plus, it's nice to not have to micro smoke. I absolutely loathe micro in games. Like clicking a button and remembering where on the timer it is and stuff like that. So if you're wondering where that went, that is what happened. If you have seen my How to Mod Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts video, and you want to take any future versions where smoke is disabled and re-enable it, it is ship types. That is the text file where you can disable ships having the ability to have smoke. I believe you could also add smoke if you wanted to, say, battleships and stuff, if you wanted everybody to have smoke. Switch up to AP now that we've got a good chance to hit and a good angle. Should be able to put the Chester down. No problem at all. Another light cruiser sent to the bottom. It's been actually pretty quiet for the last few months, and there's been some strategic level changes, so I'll take you through what those are in a moment. Alright, I believe I mentioned it at the end of the last episode, but the naval invasion of Malaya is underway. We're on 3 out of 6, and naval invasion of the Pitcairn Islands is also underway. I've dispatched the other fleets. I'm going to try and take Burma because it looks relatively vulnerable. Maybe the Andaman Islands, and then possibly converge back on Thailand to take Thailand, although there is a rebellion there which tends to make things a little tricky. And then we'll try and retake Singapore with these fleets. But in the meantime, I thought I'd best kind of clean up the slightly tougher things. So this fleet has gone over here to take Dutch New Guinea, hopefully, and then they can move on to the Solomon Islands, and then probably clean up Australia, New Zealand, stuff like that. So we're just going to distribute rather than having 3 fleets sitting around trying to take Singapore, because it's such a large port. It's very, very difficult, and obviously the game doesn't want me to do it. But Singapore might be able to take an peace treaty, basically. That's my thought. We'll keep the war going as long as possible. We'll take as much territory as we can, and then peace out and ask for Singapore, plus anything else we can manage. But, even if we're, taking, Burma, Bangladesh, Eastern India, no, that's going to be a bit of a push. We could probably take Ceylon, or Sri Lanka as it's called today. We could probably take Ceylon, We are threatening northern India as well, which is amusing. But yeah, if we could take everything here, that would be amazing. But I'd be happy enough just pushing the British out of Southeast Asia, Indochina, and the Pacific altogether. That would really secure the Japanese Empire and pretty much only leave the United States in possession of anything that can really threaten us, with their base here in Tonkin, Cambodia, the Philippines, and northern Borneo. Anyway, before that, we have a convoy to attack. Over here in the Pacific, the Iphigenia guarding them. But again, light cruisers should be doable for us. Should be doable for us. There we go. And you're on follow. Lovely. It's a really nasty, these ships. With the 12 6-inch guns plus long lancers. Good speed, reasonable armour. Yeah. Nasty buggers. Focus on eliminating light cruiser first, probably. Forward-firing long lancers going out. Oh, there are their torpedoes. Again, firing some speculative long lances in their direction. Saw a splash there. Might be an enemy torpedo. I'm just going to be a little bit cautious. Light cruiser is running us a merry dance, firing more of her torps badly. They're nowhere close. Switch to AP, would you? Get the flooding hits on the go. Slow her down. There we go. Got him. Right. Gonna go hunt down those poor little transports. Which, how far away are they? A reasonable distance, so I won't make you sit and watch all that. Well, not in real time anyway. And there we go. A little convoy sunk. Lovely stuff. I'm going to head back the map and end the turn. Well. That was me talking about the United States in purely theoretical terms. But it seems they want a slice of us. Well, that changes things a bit. In that case... No. In that case... this fleet, I was going to start invading Burma, I think would be probably better relocated to pick off something over here. It's a bit more vulnerable. Naval invasion there should finish soon. But if we basically have one against Britain and one against the United States all the time, then that'll work. So let's hit Dutch New Guinea. So they'll take out a big section here. And yeah, and then next turn we can start hitting. Holy shit. Okay, we're never navally invading the Philippines. Fuck me. 1 million port cap. Jesus. Okay, well that again changes things up. We could just like take the other stuff though, and maybe get these in a peace deal, perhaps. Although, look at that income. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, what is the US GDP? Okay, yeah. Crazy. They don't have a particularly big fleet though. Anyone else planning on jumping in against us? Maybe Germany, actually. In fact, maybe everybody, which would be funny. Everybody except Italy. It's fine. We'll just there's plenty of war to go around. Oh boy. Okay, so you may be looking at this and thinking, oh, okay, Akagi versus... yeah, you didn't see what's over here. This actually lets me talk about one of the features in the mod, is that the number of missions that you can generate every turn is actually capped in Ultimate Admiral. And I increased the cap significantly. I think it's 10 missions a turn or something. Like the optional missions are to 10, and then I think the non-optionals is 5. So you can, I think, in theory, have up to 15 missions a turn. And of course, there's no submarines, so they don't generate any missions. So, yeah. This is going to be a busy month. Let's kick off the Akagi, though. Taking on these... it's a mixture of things. We've got 3 different classes of heavy cruiser. Yeah, we've got the Scrantons, the Californias, which are probably the best looking ones, just from the base up stats, even though the Scranton's more expensive. And the San Francisco's, don't like that. Don't like the look of those. Then we've got these Reno class light cruisers. They look semi-decent. Memphis class, again, don't look too bad on paper. A Montgomery class. Oh, lots of different things here. Montgomery class and a Wadsworth class destroyer, which again looks pretty decent. First time seeing any American ships. I have had the ship packs, the optional ship pack loaded for quite a while now in game time, because of course I've been working away on it and it's been sitting in my shared folder anyway. So if you're not maybe seeing the fruits of some of this, none of these are designs that I made or Omni made, and that's quite obvious from this silhouette. But this one does look very much like a kind of destroyer-eyed build. Right. I think we're just going to go in a big long line. I'm going to rely primarily on a Kargi here. Taking these out. Yeah, this is not... I mean, single guns are okay, I suppose, but I really don't like that. This is much better, even if it is on the weird destroyer cruiser hull. It's another one of those. That one is interesting. If kind of ugly. Very schizophrenic design, that one. That is just pure hideousness. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Do not like. Look at that, compared to the smooth, elegant lines of the Akagi here. The US has some really fugly hulls. Just noticed we did actually get in some pretty big hits while I was having a look. Looks like, yeah, maybe come this way. Now I'm going to stay at range as best I can. Lob shells as best I can. Because they definitely have the advantage of numbers. And we don't know anything about these ships other than their silhouettes, really. And their layouts. We know they've got torpedoes. Caution, I think, is well warranted. Oh! Boom! Oh, these are destroyers. Should probably have a look at them. Now these I like. That is, well, there's a lot of guns actually. That is a very nice destroyer. Looks wise. Anyway. Oh, 14-inch guns are just too much for cruisers. Very hard to armour a cruiser against guns that large. Nothing ID'd yet. So I don't know what I'm sinking. Oh, but it takes a torpedo hit. From Kea. Oh, that was a destroyer. That's quite unfortunate. Kagi, of course, armoured to take hits from quite large guns. Yeah, it's not in the US's interest to stay at range, I don't think. And a big hit. IDs are about 70% done. It's much slower because we're relying on radar. Returns. Jesus. poor destroyers. Thing is, we are target switching fairly regularly. And 92%, 93, 94, 95, 7, 8. And 9. Come on. There we go. Amsterdam. This is the really expensive one. A single 10-inch, well, 10.5-inch gun up the front. 6-inch, 5-inch. Yeah, weird ship. Does have armor. Although, very strange layout. Main deck and main belt less than the extended bits. Yeah, that gives it a pretty high pitch. Okay. Good to know. Don't think too much of that ship, even though it's their most expensive. It was actually one of the other cruisers that I thought was going to be better. It wasn't this. This one I thought was pretty rubbish. And it is. Yeah, don't think much of that class. Let's have a look at the light cruiser, which is not too bad. Oh, is this the thing I thought was the destroyer earlier? Okay. Well, for a light cruiser, it is basically a destroyer. That's a very big destroyer. We got one of the 9-inch ones. Yeah, there we go. The Warden. 9.1s. Armor. Bit of a letdown. But otherwise, I think this is their best heavy cruiser design. Okay. Very useful intel. Kagi has nearly fired her entire AG magazine. And she has. Down goes the Amsterdam. It's their most expensive ship. Oh. Main deck pen. Louisville in trouble here. Might be some torpedoes in the water, so I'm just going to double back on myself. There goes Louisville. Oh, a torpedo hit in the backfield. Long lance is causing problems. Oh. There's some enemy torpedoes, but I think... no, I think they got the Unabi, did they? Yeah. You can detach, and you can move away. torpedoes. More hits by everything. There was a torpedo in there as well. Yeah, this is an execution now. There we go. KG to start with, but in the end, a complete wipe. Yeah, the Louisville getting that torpedo in. But, yeah, that's a nice opening, battle. Well, before we get into what all these battles are, we have taken the Pitcairn Islands, which is very nice. And now is the time where the fold starts to become really annoying. So, with the Pitcairn Islands taken, where no chance of us taking Pearl. That is not happening. But we could take the Cook Islands pretty easily, I think. And I should be able to order that straight. I can't. Oh well, I have to wait a turn, I guess. This one is 5 of 6. This one is 1 of 6. So yeah, this fleet, when they take Malaya, I think Cambodia is maybe a bit of a big ask, but we might be able to take Tonkin. But just now, we should be able to attack Sarawak. Yes, and they'll take this section because there's actually 3 invasions to do here. They're close enough that I might be able to daisy chain them. Sometimes you can get the circles to overlap. Right, there's a whole mess of stuff going on over here. There is also a convoy over here, which I'm going to deal with first. Take out the Rodney. Renowned class battlecruiser. That's quite a lot of firepower and quite a lot of speed. I'm suspecting this has no armor at all, even though it's very good quality. And we have an Obami and a Mizuho to take her on. So she's got bigger guns, she's faster, but I suspect she's not particularly well armoured. That would be my guess. So yeah, very important transport to warrant a big battle cruiser like this. Nelson in the front, XY on the back with twins. Yeah, I do like this, but this 10 guns would be much more efficient to drop this turret, move these back, and make them all triples. We've had more guns for less displacement, probably. Oh. Blowing up the transport first. Hilarious. They are able to hit me, though. So whilst I think that's funny, we do actually need to take this seriously, because they are hitting. They're not missing. And, yeah, partial pens. Partial pens mean trouble for me. No one lost a turret on the mech attacker. Yeah, now we're getting target lock problems. Long range torps away. Only hope here is that they... Yeah, they are target switching. Although they're doing a lot of damage. We are starting to do damage back. Oh. Hello. Torpedo hit. Bloody hell. Okay, they just don't do anything. Torpedo defense. Far too good on that ship. Yikes. They are taking hits, though. And they're taking pens. We have superior rate of fire. More guns in general, but they are tougher. Very nice. Fair bit of flooding. Interestingly, the ships are mixing it up. One's firing at AP, and the other one is firing HE. I think the AP is not as effective for whatever reason. What range are we at? 9? Yeah, really only able to go to do 12 inch. Mind you, we should be okay. Go back to auto. She can't fire back at me at the moment. Can slow up as well. Currently unable to fire. There we go. Now we're going through the main belt. Getting some citadel hits, citadel flooding. Rodney is trying to withdraw. I should have a proper look at it. Typical true battlecruiser. It's not a terrible way to build a ship. Oh, shoot powder and picric acid. Interesting. Very interesting. Explains why she's doing so much damage with her AP shells. And I'm assuming she had anti-torp 5. Yeah. And triple bottom hull. But she goes down. Not without cost. Ships are pretty beaten up. But the Rodney here is a $1.2 billion warship. Against 589 and a 687. So we traded up there. Okay, so with that convoy battle out the way, let's have a look at what's going on here. Jeez, so we have cruiser fight, heavy cruisers, heavy cruiser versus destroyers, cruisers. Battle cruiser versus... Well, this is a enemy heavy cruiser. I'm just having a look at what the enemy is sending, mostly. It's all of it is light stuff. Literally all of it. But look at that. How many missions is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus the convoy over there. So that was a maximum 10 optional missions going on in 1 month. Jeez. Now, the US does have a big fleet, and they have a lot of cruisers, so this does not represent a significant investment by them. This is probably just the forces they had in the area, which is pretty crazy. Right, let's start with this one. These destroyers are ambushing me. Very rude of them. Or am I ambushing them? Ha ha ha. Yes, good, good. Anyway, strap yourselves in. It's going to be a lot of quick and dirty fights here. Yeah, torpedoes out immediately. They're pretty speedy torps too. Whoa! Oh no, it's just a trick of the trick of the perspective there. Yeah, destroyer has taken quite a lot of punishment actually. She goes down. 1 down, 4 to go. Jeez, could you get a read on them, please? No, don't get that close. Jesus. Whenever they're shooting, actually there we go, finally. Yeah, running 3-inch. No. Whatever you're doing, don't do that shit. Yeah. Doing a surprising amount of damage here. Surprised they're getting partial pens on the main belt. No way you've got that much pen. No, they don't. What the fuck is going on? There's something not working quite right here. They shouldn't be getting partial pens. You need 75%. Right? These things only have 0.3 inches of pen if they're firing HE. There's something not operating right there. Because those should all be blocked. So I'm just going to go into the mod and check. Because that ain't right. It's almost like the HE is just magically getting a partial pen for no reason. And stopping that, you know, just constant HE partial pens, was in fact one of the things I very specifically wanted to do with the mod. Jesus Christ. Damn. Yeah, what are they running? 2 pounder 2, standard chills, lights. Yeah, these should not have anywhere near the pen. Even their AP is only half the extended bits on this ship. So that is not right. I'm going to go have a look at that. Because I should be able to close in with the Akanagi, and none of their shells should be able to do anything to me. It's almost like that HE was ignoring the rules. There we go. Well, we sunk all of their destroyers, so I'm not able to lost one of my own, though. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly go have a look at the text files. Okay, I had a quick look at the files. There's a line in params about partial pen and the threshold and how much pen you need to get a partial. And I said it's 0.75, but you'll find this a lot in the text files. There's like 3 numbers there. I didn't know what the other 2 numbers did, so I left them alone. But one of them was 0.4, and maybe it's like that affects it somehow. So yeah, change that. Let's see if that works. Where's a good battle to try it out? Probably this one actually would be fine for attacker. Taking on the Sandman, the Concorde, and the Jacob Jones. Let's see if that fixes the problem. Because yeah, it's almost like the HE rounds were using the AP round stats, pen stats, which is a bug that is in the base game sometimes. They fixed it multiple times, but it does come back. These guys are only on 172 as well, so not 200. So it won't quite be up to the full 3. And yeah, if the HE only needs 40%, 40% plus, yeah, maybe that's what was doing it. We'll see. I didn't lose the ship, so... So there you see blocked. You should see more blocked than firing HE. So that's fine. There we go. Yeah, that's more what I was expecting. Ugh. So yeah, I think HE rounds... No. Must have been on 0.4. Oh, no. Leave my destroyer alone. Because, yeah, them getting a lot of partials. See, now I'm maybe a little bit too close. Most of them are getting blocked. And the ones that aren't are probably hitting my superstructure. Oh, torpedo hits. Very nice. Okay. Now, I think this is superstructure hits, which is only 1.5. I think these could use a quick little refit. I'm going to withdraw. But I think these heavy cruisers could do with a cheeky little refit. Now that we're coming up against the Americans. Still feels like... Yeah. I mean, 0.3. Must just be hitting the superstructure. If you've had a look in the ship pack, you'll probably be aware that I do up armor the superstructure in a few of those designs. Nice. These guys only have Gen 1 radar as well. Given how much action they're getting, might be worth pulling them in. Okay. And the light cruiser. Oh, the Concorde is so damaged. Come on. Gotta try and finish her off. Come on, finish it. You're not cheap. There's Concorde. 200 odd million. That'll finish it. Lovely. Right, let's order an immediate refit. I'm just going to head back, and I'll see you in the not the fleet screen, the shipyard. Okay, here we are. I'm going to go into the refit mode. So, one of the questions I get a lot is, hey, what happens with repeatable text, blah, 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 because they always make my designs too heavy, and I go to refit them. Well, there you go. There was a design. It said it was technically overweight. When you actually go into refit mode, we're actually underweight. So, yeah, I have tweaked the end game. There was one end game tech in particular that added like 10% hull weight, which made basically designing anything impossible. So, we can put these guys on oil 3 as well. It means we have spare displacement. Lovely. But yeah, this is mostly focused on up-armoring them. Although, any other upgrades we can do along the way, we might as well do. I'm going to up their superstructure armor to 3 inches. That should help protect them a little bit. I'm also going to up their layers on the belt. What else can we do to improve this ship? Do we have enough displacement for a super diesel? Yes, we do. Oh, and they're on diesel 1s. Diesel 2s, please. They can have superior propeller shafts. This gives them a hell of a lot more range. Trying to think anything else that we can tack on to the ship. Now, part of the problem, of course, was that they were taking extended damage. But I think going from the 170 to 202, you know, they got a 30% bump in armor quality. Go full range and spacious. Yeah, there we go. So a dirty little upgrade for the Asimas. Just because they're not quite performing as well as they should. They haven't had a refit since, what, 1935? So they're about 10 years, more than 10 years out of date from the very latest and greatest. And, of course, doing a refit applies all of the repeatable text, like the little buffs that you don't actually see in the designer, to them as well. So should make them a lot more effective. They are pretty big. This is probably going to gum up the shipyards a bit, but I'm going to cut here. I'm going to go over and deal with all of that, and then I'll tell you how it all goes. Okay, welcome back. Ryoho, again, suspended. Poor old Ryoho. She's going to be ready so much later than the others. We've got a fair few ships in for repairs as well, which is gumming things up. But yeah, those Asimas getting upgraded to the 1948 version. There are, however, quite a significant number. Well, there's the 2 that we've been fighting with already. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have been pulled into battles this month. So they're going to go in for repairs. So I'm just going to have to check every turn that they're not getting immediately pulled into a battle. However, I am actually going to stop the episode here because I need to take a little bit of a break. I need to get my head back in the game. And then we can finish up with all of these convoy 5 convoy battles, Jesus, and the light cruiser fights, heavy cruiser fights, all going on July 1948. What a month. And you can see the rest of it in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.